What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today's video is going to be about the DIY 40-gallon tank that I did a couple months ago. It's one of my top videos, my top 10 videos on my channel. You guys really liked it. I have some bad news, but hopefully through this, which is going to be a small series, we can kind of fix it. So this is the tank, obviously, and you can tell it looks disgusting. And this is after I just cleaned it for 30 minutes. That's full of hair algae. It's a disaster. So here's what happened. You guys know, obviously, I'm super busy, and this tank was doing really good. The corals were growing and thriving. The fish are still in it. The shrimp are still in it. They're doing fine. But then I started to get a hair algae problem, which was actually the destruction of my last tank as well. I was kind of managing it, keeping up with it, but it's really discouraging when you have a problem like that. And then it started to get out of hand, and then the drain, the overflow started to mess up. So there was virtually no flow going down to the sump, which makes filtration really hard, and I couldn't figure out what's wrong with it. It's not clogged. I still don't know what's wrong with it. I just did a temporary fix, which I think will work. I'll show you guys that in a minute. But I didn't change anything. All of a sudden, just one day, flow just dropped, and it stayed that way. So I'm not sure what happened there. And then I found out me and my wife are expecting a little girl in December, which is fantastic, but again, divided my attention, and with all that going on, the tank just it basically crashed. I mean, the fish are still alive, the shrimp's still alive, the coral are barely hanging on, but they're still there. I'm hoping we can bring them back. So I decided to do this. I want to get this fixed. I'm going to give it one last ditch effort before maybe, if not, I'm just going to tear it down. I have a small biocube that'll be perfect for the clownfish and the shrimp, and just make a smaller tank. But I did want to try and save this tank because I think we can. So the main issues we need to solve was the drain, which I think I've got a working solution to that. And then the hair algae, which was honestly the biggest problem for the looks and the nutrient issue. So we got to fix that. And then just the overall, I really want to make it self-sufficient and kind of run by itself, which I got something that will hopefully help with that. I'm going to show you guys in a second. So let's kind of jump into how I solved those problems. So the first issue was the drain. That had to be fixed immediately. I had maybe a gallon every 20 minutes, 30 minutes going into the sump, which is ridiculous. You want to turn the tank over 10 times, so that I should have 400 gallons an hour going into the sump. So that was way low. It got to the point where I just stopped the flow and just let the internal tank cycle. So there was really no filtration. I was just trying to keep the fish alive until I could get to it. So I was using a Durso style overflow. If you saw my last video, it's the kind that goes up and then curves down. It's a type of standpipe. It helps reduce things going in it, stuff like that. It's a really good, really common used drain, and it worked fantastic for 3-4 months, and then, like I said, it stopped working. So I pulled that out and just put in a regular standpipe, which would normally just be a straight pipe up, and then the water can go down. It's louder, more likely for stuff to go in it, so I put an elbow on it, so a little less likely for fish or something to go in it, a little quieter. It's still louder than I want, but I'm really not worried about it because it's not a huge issue right now, and I'm going to try and get the Durso fixed. So now at least I probably have close to 400 gallons an hour going through, hopefully, so at least not more. The problem actually isn't my return pump. It's super strong. It can do up to 1,200 gallons an hour. It's just the amount of water going to the sump. But I've got a really good amount of flow going now, and I'm really happy with it. So that's kind of how I solved that, and I'll give you guys a closer look when we get closer to the tank. The next issue is the hair algae, which you can still see. It's kind of floating around. It's covering the rocks, the whole back wall. I cannot stand hair algae. It is a nuisance. It has just plagued me from the entire time I've been in the hobby, and it's really discouraged me. So I've been doing some research, and obviously one thing I need to figure out why I have the problem. Is it my lights? Is it my nutrients? I really don't overfeed, especially when the tank was going down, so I don't think it's that. So we've got to figure that out. And then how do we get rid of it? So I ordered from Brightwell Aquatics. It's Microbacter Clean. They make a couple products, but a lot of people had good success with that. I tried the Microbacter 7, which did make a little bit of a dent, but not enough. It's not 100% meant for like dealing with that, but everybody swears the Microbacter Clean will work. So I ordered that. That should be here next week. So I'm going to dose that heavily and try and get the hair algae gone. And I'm really going to get back to basics. So water change, I like to do mine every 2 weeks just because I'm so busy. I'm going to try and do once a week for a little while, but at least every 2 weeks. And then the big thing is also changing my filter socks frequently. I ordered some more so that it's easier just to take them out, set them aside, plop the new ones in, and then do a big load and wash them. I wash them in the washing machine, and that works out great. And then I'm also going to I have extra rock, so I'm going to put that in the sump. Initially, I was going to use the sump as a refugium, but I'm working on an external refugium. And so I'm just going to use it as, and it still would be a refugium, it just won't be like the kind with Chaeto. It'll have live rock. That'll just add more bacteria for helping the water quality. I'm not going to add any more fish. I'm not going to add any more coral until I get everything stable, because that's just adding more nutrients. I really hope, a lot of my coral is still alive. It's just hanging on. So I'm really hoping I can bring it back. Right before the tank crash, I got the new Reef Energy Plus Coral Nutrition AB+. So I'm going to stop dosing my 2-part for a little while because I really don't have anything needing that nutrient. And I'm going to dose this to help try and bring the coral back. So we'll see how that goes. This is a relatively new product as well. I grabbed it right when it came out. It was hard to find. So let's take a closer look at the tank just so you guys can see what's kind of going on. Alright, so here is the standpipe that I replaced the Durso with. It's a little loud, I don't know if you can hear, but it definitely works, and it's been working pretty well so far. It's just been a little while. You can see I've got good flow going into the sump, and then you can see what the tank is that I'm telling you about. So you can still see some color in there. Some of the coral are hanging on, but it is barely, and I'm really hoping to bring them back. You can see the clownfish, one there. There's a shrimp, and there's the other clownfish. I'm still running the 2 AI primes on the top. You can see all the hair algae I'm cleaning out. But that's the overall setup right now. And so this is what we've got to fix, and hopefully it probably take a month or 2 to get it exactly where we want it. But once we get there, I think it'll be a lot easier to keep up with it. Alright, and then the last thing is, I told you guys I want to make this tank almost run by itself. I want it, with a baby coming, I don't want this to happen again, and I'm going to be super busy. So 2 years ago, I was part of a Kickstarter. You guys might have seen it. It's the Felix Smart. It's kind of well, hopefully it'll be competition for the Apex, but it's an aquarium automator, you know. So fresh or salt water, you can see you've got your plugs on the back, USB ports. I just got the box itself, but they also make a monitor that monitors temperature, ammonia, and pH, and it's constantly sending that to there. I will hopefully be getting that soon. But I'm hoping through this, I just got this last week, 2 weeks ago, that I can help automate the aquarium as well and really help me with the ease of it. So maybe, there's all kinds of applications: automatic water changes, automatic feeding, automatic filling the top. I mean, and just monitoring in general. If I get that test, which, like I said, this is brand new, so they're adding stuff, but there's different USB ports, so I can monitor the temperature, I can monitor different things as this grows and expands. It makes it a lot easier. I have to do a lot less testing, which I don't mind. I've got the hand of checkers, but I'm really hoping that this is going to be a good system, and the team behind it seems to be doing really well. So this is the Felix Smart. They haven't released it to the public yet. These are just the backer units from those who supported it 2 years ago, and we're kind of the trial run. So they're working out the bugs. They're really, I can post something on the group, and the owner of the company and CEO messages me back directly, hey, try this to fix it. So it's a really good community, and I'm really excited to see what that does. But that's my hope for automating. It's Felix Smart. Once they release the regular ones and have it fixed, I will definitely drop a link down for you guys below if it's something that really has helped me out. But I'm definitely going to give that a shot. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much everything I'm going to be trying. I'm going to try, and once I either see progress or no progress, I'm going to make another video and update you guys. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. It really helps. I'm getting really close to 1,000 subscribers, which is huge. It's a lot easier motivation when I can start, making some money just financially support this stuff. I don't do this for the money. This is what I love. I love sharing this with you guys. But that does help a ton. Also hit that like button, that helps a ton, and we will see you guys later.